Well, I'm whispering because it's early in the morning. It's actually not that early. It's like 20 to 8, but everyone in the campground is asleep. And we've been making lots of nice packing up tent rustling noises. Anyway, we've got a pretty big day ahead of us, just under 120 kilometres to get to Mont Saint Michel. So from Saint-Meriglis to Mont Saint Michel. Woo! On y va!
Welcome to part 3 of our cycle tour from Dublin to the French Pyrenees. Today we're bidding farewell to Saint-Meriglis with a big day ahead of us to head to Mont Saint Michel. Of course that means one thing, boulangerie stop before we go anywhere. With our bellies full and breakfast had, it's time to hit the road. Just over 30 kilometres into the ride to Mont Saint Michel, we've turned onto the Voie Verte, so on a little bit of gravel. Sunny day, not too much wind yet, not too hot yet either, which is great. Some adjustments of the panniers on the way. How are you feeling?
All good. Little town up ahead. We will have a quick stop there, grab a coffee, another little bite to eat.
Yep.
And continue on.
Yay. A lot of cornfields here too.
What have we here?
Well, there was a boulangerie open, so we got deux croissants et du pain au chocolat, which we've smashed because it's pretty much breakfast and riding fuel at the moment. Anyway, the measure of a good pastry is how much of it falls off when you're eating it, and I'm not wasting any of this. Pastry comes from me.
And maybe you can see here on the bag the buttery goodness.
Translucent. You want a translucent bag. I'm on a rating for the panos and the croissants. Butteriness, translucentness, flakiness, if it's warm, if it's fresh. I'm at.
And today's been 2 from 2 fantastic ones.
Ça, si, c'est bon. C'est très bon. Beautiful Voie Verte. Just stunning here in amongst the trees. Gorgeous. Yoo! Onto some quieter roads. We're 26 kilometres from arriving. So it's hot, middle of the day now. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Yep.
Looking forward to a cold beverage.
I definitely want a cold drink too. A nice bit of wine and whatnot. Maybe a big bowl of chips. Anyway, hopefully we'll see it soon. Just under 10 kilometres to go. We're on the bike path now to Mont Saint Michel. Oh, it's a very hot day. I think the temperature in the direct sun's over 35, so we certainly haven't felt temperatures like that for a while. But it's been quite nice. We're on a little bit of a gravel bike path now. It's well signposted. The signposting for the bike path leaves a bit to be desired, but if you sort of know the general direction you need to go, you're okay. But yes, a very hot day for a long ride with panniers. We're both looking forward to, well, had glimpses of Mont Saint Michel, but getting to the campsite, setting up, having a shower, and then that cold drink. But I'll show you the view. Let's see. And then there's big massive corn crops just the whole length. We've had these for kilometres and kilometres and kilometres, for most of the day actually. And You can see not a cloud in the sky. So probably just over 20 minutes to go. Yoo! Okay, we're getting much closer. Look! There it is. Wow. Something I've seen in movies and books and photos of, and there it is. Bonjour. Phew, Mont Saint Michel. We spotted this dirt track from the Voivert and thought, wonder whether we could ride down there and take some photos closer to Mont Saint Michel itself. The answer was, yeah, you can take some photos, but it's not really rideable. So about face we did after a few hundred metres. Anyway, here are the pics. Bonjour. It was certainly a long day in the saddle on such a hot day, but once we finally saw Mont Saint Michel and reached our destination, it just all felt worth it. Wow, what a place! So, we've finished our ride. I think it was how far?
123 kilometres from memory.
And it felt like a big day in the legs. It was hot. We had some really good food stops though, didn't we? We had
exactly.
The boulangeries were open.
They were.
Woohoo!
No problems there.
No problems there. So we got some good pastries. We got some good baguette, jambon fromage.
Started running a bit low on the water as the day went on, but
we've got poo to avoid here on the path. I think that's cow poo.
No, horse.
Horse poo. Ugh.
There's horse and carts that run out to Mont Saint Michel.
There are. We're on the Voivert here at the moment, which is quite cool. And if I flip around, choo!
Mont Saint Michel.
Mont Saint Michel indeed.
With a fantastic path leading all the way out to the island.
Yeah.
The tide today, we're just looking, is 9 metres between low and high tide, so that's pretty huge. And apparently they do get up to about 15 metres at certain times of the year and phases of the moon. So, but yes, it's a stunning place.
Yeah, it's a flip out to think that we're actually here. I've looked at this place so many times.
Ridden past it on Zwift.
Yes. Oh, in fact, I think I found the dirt tracks that are not open to riders on Zwift. We rode some of them today. So leading up to Mont Saint Michel, it was interesting. At one stage we were routed onto this track, which was just double track. And it was like, hang on, are we just in a farmer's field? Like there's corn either side of us. Is this just where a tractor goes? Am I going to get shot at by somebody? But no, it was the Voivert. Which is the greenways, which is for pedestrians and bike riders, and is a real big, what would you call it, network of them?
Network, yes.
Network.
Around Normandy, well, over France, full stop, and each sort of region has its own network of paths and stuff. So Normandy has
They've got
various paths or
Yeah.
couple, which are a mix of off-road in terms of separated bike lane at small country lanes.
So coming close to the end, we pretty much came on and off them from times, and it was really magic to see Mont Saint Michel sort of towering off in the distance. You could we track the estuary that leads into mainland France, I guess. I mean, Mont Saint Michel sort of sits off the coast. It's not an island very often, as Steve was saying before. It's only fully surrounded by water at really high tides, super tides, I guess. What do you call those tides? King tides? King tides, which happen more in spring and autumn, exactly. So I'd love to come here around October, November or March or April just to witness that and see it for ourselves. But it's pretty busy. I mean, you can only imagine what it would be like if it was proper tourist season at the moment, as in non-COVID times. We've just enjoyed...
See the sun.
Yeah. You can. Coucher de soleil. The sun is going to bed, which is quite magic. It's interesting, coming from Ireland, sunset over this side of France is actually later in the day, which is because this side of France is the furthest over for this time zone. So it's furthest over west, of course. But yeah, what a magic place. Built by the monks, I believe, wasn't it? It was an abbey. It's been a jail, it's been everything. Yeah. An inspiration, a place to see, somewhere I'd highly recommend coming to, whether you're on a bike or on foot. But yeah, lots of people on bikes all around here. We've just fueled up on two massive pizzas. We had our first coffee of the day at about 20 to 9 in the evening. So we'll see how that goes. We've set up tent and camp. We're actually camping in the area of Mont Saint Michel, so we can access the boom gates free as cyclists. Otherwise it's €9.80 a day, so that's cool. And you actually get charged each and every time you go in and out too, so it could be more if you want to drive your car in and out a lot. But because we're staying there, there'll be no charge, which is cool because we can deviate around the barriers. And I mean, there's free shuttle buses that take you to the island all the way up to 1:30 in the morning, although I think we'll be happy just to walk. For one little view of the Mont Saint Michel, it's in the distance, so I'm not even sure how great this will come up on camera. And the sunset is looking beautiful, clear skies. Beautiful clear skies, but just that magic golden glow over this canal here. So, on that note, à demain. And so concludes part 3 of our cycle tour. If you need to catch up on parts 1 and 2, I'll add links to those in the description below. And don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe if you want to watch the rest of our journey as we make our way down to those French Pyrenees.